How is it now hitting Warped Tour? Well, you guys are like part of the legends up there now.
We're like the old dudes now.
I take pride in being a scary old guy.
Yeah.
Everybody's scared of Josh.
So you guys have been the same lineup like forever. What is it about this quadro?
The sex, mostly.
I'm from Reno, Nevada, and so I grew up. I remember seeing you guys at the New Oasis. That was
Yeah,
there.
we first played there with Goldfinger.
That's where you stole that cat.
Oh, we rescued a cat.
So you rescued a cat in Reno?
He stole a
Right
cat.
You
outside.
stole a cat in
No.
Reno?
Allegedly, that happened.
Until the day I die, I'll spill my heart for you.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Spout Podcast. I'm Nick Major, and we got Story of the Year here today. So give it up,
yeah.
everybody. Woo!
Hell yeah!
Crowd's going crazy. So
Hi.
you guys are a big influential band in my life. One of the first bands I saw in concert. So
Really?
it's really cool to watch you guys in front of me now in person.
Oh, that's
so,
cool.
hey,
How are
how's
you
it
enjoying
going?
this show right here?
This is pretty good so far. So I'm from Reno, Nevada, and so I
Nice.
grew up. I remember seeing you guys at the New Oasis. That was
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah, we played there a few times.
Yeah, and I caught you there a couple times. And one of my best memories was, Adam, you jumped up one time and hit your head on the ceiling. It was a low ceiling.
I was always hitting my head on.
And me, as a teenager, seeing that, it just stuck with me. That's literally one of my core concert memories. So
Look at
Is that the
that,
place
look at
that was
that
like,
idiot.
it looked like an Old West kind of thing or something inside?
I never
Is
saw
that-
it with the lights on. One thing I've noticed
Is
is,
that- was
like
that
when
that
you only
place?
go to venues when they're open during the rock show,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you don't actually know what it
It's
looks
like the back wall. Like, yeah, it was like a weird kind of like.
We first,
Probably.
I axed a brand new PRS they gave me.
We
Remember
first-
they gave me that brand new, and I just broke it
Yeah.
at that venue.
we first played there with Goldfinger.
Yeah.
That's where you stole that cat.
Really?
Yeah.
We were called
Did you
Big Blue
steal a
Monkey
cat?
at that time.
Yeah.
Oh, we rescued a cat. In,
that's what
It was outside of there somewhere.
So you rescued a cat in Reno?
He stole a
Right
cat.
You
outside.
stole a cat in
No,
Reno?
we
You-
rescued a cat from inside a wall in a closed-down casino on the border of Nevada.
Wow.
In which we stole slot machines from.
Yeah.
old-
Wow,
old
I didn't
slot
know that
machines.
Reno was going to have such a history
Hell
to
yeah. It
was
Story
outside
of the Year,
Reno.
but
We
that's,
It was like in the middle of nowhere.
that's
somewhere.
pretty
We
exciting,
broke
though.
down.
Allegedly, that happened.
So you guys, big exciting time for you. 7th album is here, which is absolutely crazy. A.R.S.O.N is the name of it, and it stands for All Rage, Still Only Numb. Talk to me about album 7. Who wants to kick this off? I guess the name.
You know, we've been talking about this a lot about how we're not focused enough, and we have maybe we're too democratic. We have too many cooks in the kitchen to like start with a vision ahead of time. So the album title always comes once we have the songs done and we can take inventory of like what the overall vibe is. So that being Arson being a lyric from the first single, Gasoline.
Burn it down, cover it all in gasoline. Light the match, turn around, level it all in.
It just kind of, it worked, and then the acronym we created as a backronym to kind of fill that and give it a little more depth and a little more like story or depth to the meaning.
Mm-hmm.
And there were many failed attempts, all kinds of really stupid in our text chain of what else the acronym could be that we won't disclose here, but
it was all mature.
yeah.
Come on, I got to know one. Was there one that was worthwhile that you remember? Or,
No.
No.
or-
There were none.
and they're all
worthwhile.
cancelable, so we're not going to say any of them. on here,
All
actually.
rats on new carpet.
They do.
That was
It's-
R-Sync.
That is R-Sync with a little C at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's so,
It was just stupid like that.
Adam Russell sucks on nuts.
which I think
Yes.
that that's a good
Nailed it.
name.
That-
you guys could have gone. Was that a contender? I'm
That
guessing
might
so.
actually be.
That was number 2.
Josh, make one go.
Okay. Well, you guys worked with Colin Brittain again on this album,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is your second time working with him. You worked on him on the release before this.
Yeah. Mhm.
What is it about the relationship with you guys that kind of brings out the best in Story of the Year? And God, he's out in Lincoln Park now
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
drums, which
Yeah.
is insane. But
He's busy.
how was it jumping back in the studio with him, and why?
Dude, it was cool because starting this record, I mean, it felt like the next day after Tear Me to Pieces. Like, for me anyway. Yeah, I think we originally went with him because he was a fan growing up, right? So, the first meeting him is like, dude, I gotta tell you guys, I started producing music because of Page Avenue, you know? So he had like this really clear vision of what he wanted us to sound like,
Yeah.
right? So he's like, I think you guys maybe have like lost your way a little bit, and I can help you kind of tap back into what makes your band special, And that first meeting, we're like, oh yeah, this is the guy, you know?
We took one meeting
Yeah.
with him.
It was a FaceTime, yeah.
It was
Not even in
it wasn't
person.
even in person, and just that was like really attractive to us, because I mean, it's not like he, here you should make songs about this and we should write it about this. It was just about the spirit of how we create songs. Just tapping back into the early days of how we did things, you know?
To me, it seems like a version of what Feldman did in the beginning, which was helping us focus on the best elements of our band, the stuff that works, the stuff that people connect to. Because we were trying to figure out exactly who we were at that time as well in the beginning. And Colin kind of righted the ship, so to speak, and got us back there and helped us also like update the sound to sound absolutely familiar in a way that's undeniably story of the year, but make it sound like right now.
He's an amazing musician all around, like great guitar player, great singer, drummer, obviously. So he was just kind of our fifth band member through the whole process of Tear Me to Pieces and on this new record as well. And yeah, he would just come in and be like, all right, look, that's cool. But what if I feel like you guys would have did something like this, and he would just show us an idea. And it's like, oh, that is cool. Yeah, it's cool to bring in an outside perspective after being a band for 25 years or whatever. And we get stuck in our own ways of doing the same things sometimes. So it's good to somebody to come in and be like, what if you didn't do that?
Yeah.
How about no?
And he's really great at that. So
Yeah,
it
and
helped.
I think that's interesting how, like, of course, when we were fans of bands as kids, of course, some of those fans would grow up to be engineers, producers, musicians themselves.
Yeah.
So to kind of full circle be like, hey, I know your discography well.
Yeah.
We should cook together.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, that was basically it.
It's perfect.
he wanted to get some energy back from like our youthfulness and like, yeah.
Because he's someone who genuinely loves your work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the best kind of person to work with. Sure. And so this album, was this the first time you guys have had a guest vocalist on one of your releases?
It is the second time.
It's the second time you've had a guest vocalist. Because,
Page Avenue, the song called Falling Down, the last song on the record.
I can't forget the fight is growing stronger face to face with arms so longer.
Toby from H2O does guest vocals.
oh, that's
And
right.
John Feldman from Goldfinger sang on it as well, and Ray Capo from Youth of Today. So we had like an all-star punk rock list of people singing on Falling Down. But since then...
Well,
since-
people also don't know that Bert McCracken's also on Anthem of Our Dying Day.
That's true.
Oh, really? Used was the first concert I ever went to. One of my favorite bands of all time.
At the
David knows
end,
this.
of Anthem of Our Dying Day, he's not credited on the record, but he does the last screams of Anthem of Our Dying Day on the record.
That is
It's
so
nobody
sick.
really knows that.
I'm dying easy.
And what about the cover? So I had to go out in my driveway and make sure my car was still there because of the cover of the
Hey,
new
we
album.
have extra guys out there working on that right now.
But it's a Lamborghini on fire. So what inspired the artwork direction for this?
It's
this
a little
release?
tongue-in-cheek, but the label sent us some great artists, and this just happened to be a piece of art this guy made, and immediately I was like, it's really like clean and simple. The aesthetic is very like Spartan. I like that kind of art, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I just looked at it and I was like, and then we went through a month of just all this other stuff, and we just came back to that first one.
Yeah.
You know.
Like we loved his style and tried to get him to iterate, and ultimately came back to the
just came
same
back.
Yeah.
the feeling that brought us to him in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the title, it made sense. You know, we knew we kind of wanted to try to do something with fire involved, you know, without it being kind of super cheesy. But yeah,
And then the first video you guys put out for its single, I believe, was Gasoline. That was the real announcement, the reveal of this thing.
Yep.
Fantastic music video. It's so good.
I'm gonna crash the boulevard. Find a machine that I can race to. I'm gonna two-step in the yard. A perfect time for crime of me.
It was a sequel. We had a single on the last record called War.
Did you get what you came here for? Did you come to start a war? This game will kill you when you sleep.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a sequel to that music video.
Okay.
Yeah, you should talk more about
same characters, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. And so the characters, let me introduce them. So the characters that I wrote down because I thought that it was so good. So we have Ryan Phillips is Paul, just nice and
Paul.
and simple. And then I'll go in order, I guess. So we have Adam Russell as Mr. Jigsaw. Then we have Dan Marsala as Glenn Sugarman, and then we have Josh Wills as Dick O'Hara, aka the Constable. So these are the characters that have been created within. Everyone has their own universe now. Marvel has their own universe. Story of the Year has their own universe. So what inspired these characters?
But dude, the funny thing about these characters, and then you should talk about all that. There's parts of each of our personalities that kind of went into these characters. Like it just happened that way.
Because
you know?
Paul is, of course.
Like I'm just a big giant kid that likes to move my body in weird ways.
Paul's his favorite
Yeah.
apostle.
Yeah. No, I'm just like, dude, I grew up like watching like ninja movies and like Bloodsport and all those movies and shit. And, I don't know. Paul's like a part of my personality that just wants to do stunts and do and just kick people and stuff.
And you guys all get to be action stars together. It's so similar to like music, how you can like make your own music on the road now. Now even like with filmmaking, it's crazy what you can just buy and own yourself now to create like professional quality stuff. It's pretty amazing. So I know you're a big film guy, and it's cool to see how you guys have kind of been able to still show your different avenues of creativity in the past 30 years. And what's it kind of allowed you on the filmmaking side of stuff to do? Because you've edited, been a part of a lot of the behind the scenes of Story of the Year music videos, yeah?
Yeah, Ryan and I, since the beginning, we talked about this. We talked about it a lot recently, how the visual side has been as much a part of our band as the music since the beginning, and arguably like more in the early days when, yes, we love to write music, but like performing and doing just wild in the, Jackass and Blink-182 days.
Oh, that's my whole like DNA base.
Yeah,
That's how we got a record deal.
Yeah.
By lighting each other on fire. And,
yeah. And doing nude jumping jacks in front of our friend's house and like crashing shopping carts into bushes, all that kind of stuff, mixed with some live footage. We made this VHS tape that he and I edited on his Gateway computer that he made payments on for 2 years, and the balance never went down.
That at 28.9% interest rate.
Oh wow, that's illegal.
And like we had like a demo version of Adobe Premiere and learned how to edit simply because we wanted to make the things that we saw our heroes making, and handed out that VHS tape. That's what got us signed. So the video stuff has always been a part of us. We released 2 DVDs that had a bunch of insane, stupid that no one needs to revisit, and co-directed the Sidewalks video on the first album. And we've always kind of like worked directly with the directors, whether or not we were actually directing. And when it came time to do videos for the past 3 albums, I guess, starting with like some of the stuff on Wolves, we started working really closely with our friend Jordan Phoenix at home, who's a local filmmaker, does a lot of commercial stuff, and he's gotten really into music videos. So we made this war video on Tear Me to Pieces, inspired by a movie within a movie. One of our shared favorite movies is Boogie Nights, and one of the series of films in that where Mark Wahlberg and John C. Reilly's characters play these 2 guys called Brock Landers and Chest Rockwell. Yeah. They're like these cops that are like, hey, it's good shit anyway, but it's very terribly made, right? So we got inspired by that. Basically wanted to do our version of that.
It's like a terrible B movie,
Yeah. Which like, just watch it, you'll get it. But the sequel with Gasoline was inspired by Commando, Scarface.
Yeah, I noticed the outfit. And Scarface is one of my favorite movies. I got The World Is Yours on my arm right there. I love Scarface, and I saw that.
So when we bust in at the end and shoot up the whole place, that's like the club scene in Scarface. Everything leading up to that is Commando. And it's a lot of story. It's like probably way too much story for a 2.5-minute song or whatever. But we had this really insane, chaotic 2-day shoot where I just like pissed off everyone within like an hour radius, and in the end it ended up being pretty awesome.
And then we got 15 seconds worth of it on Instagram that people see now.
Exactly.
I'll spend all this time making this awesome, crazy video.
Yeah.
So, and speaking of that, so in this era of where we are with entertainment and music, so you guys actually, back in 2013, you guys worked on the documentary together, Who Killed or Saved the Music Industry.
The music business has changed drastically. Even in the 10 years or so that we've been involved, things are almost unrecognizably different.
And that was kind of looking at where we were in the music world, where physical sales are, where the record labels are. We're 13 years past that now. And as you were saying, you put a music video together, and then what's it worth? A 16, 15-second TikTok clip. How is it being an artist now in 2026?
I don't know the exact number, but I remember recently reading that, like, so, when someone picks up TikTok, whatever, and they're scrolling, whatever, you have, like, the average like young person, you have like less than a second to get their attention. You know what I'm saying? Like you literally have like even like big companies and marketing companies and campaigns and stuff. They go into it knowing it's like, hey, we have like 1.4 seconds to grab someone's attention. So if you're the artist, it's like, and especially a new artist trying to break through, I think the upside to that is that people like you have to just make really authentic, genuine to you art that really matters. And I think other people pick up on that because it's kind of the only way you can break through that, because there's so much information, you're inundated with so much that I think the only solution is just to be undeniable. You know what I'm saying? I think
Easier said than done.
But I think that's the challenge. But like bands, you know, there's bands like Turnstile. Whew. You know what I'm saying? That they broke through because they're just undeniable. You see it and you can't stop watching it, you know? And it's just like, this is fucking awesome, you know? And that's the challenge these days. But if you break through, I almost think it's an advantage. You know?
Yeah, and I think in this era of like AI and so much digital stuff, I think we're gonna see like genuine art, authentic art.
We're seeing it already.
Yeah, what people are gonna be drawn to.
It is a double-edged sword for us, though, being grown adults with families and house payments and everything. That like the one thing that that gives us job security long term is the fact that we have this live experience, which is touring and, you know, being a live band. But that's also the hardest part about being in a band, is like emotionally and mentally difficult, but also like, you know, hard to make it work financially. Like touring's expensive, you know, like all of it, everything's really challenging about it. But that is the one thing that we have that like will outlast like any white collar job or anything else that gets completely smashed by AI. Because we're a group of 4 people that people want to see in person playing music.
I'm already working on a Dan robot. I don't know what.
Till the day I die, I spill my heart for you.
So you guys have been the same lineup like forever, which is wild. There's bands now that I know who every member of the band is different from when I first met the band.
That's
like, down to the
most
vocalist.
bands we tour with.
Yeah. So were you all involved with like the Page Avenue stuff?
It's the 4 of us. We're the 4 that's even before Page Avenue.
That's crazy to me. Like, how did that happen to where decades later you guys still are together? Like, what is it about this quadro?
The sex mostly.
Yeah, and it's great because we did it before we started. No, I'm just kidding.
you got a little piece of that.
Just release the tension, you know?
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we were friends prior to even playing music together, like collectively the 4 of us. Like me, Dan, and Ryan. I've known Dan and Ryan since I was 14.
That's crazy.
We were skateboard friends before a band, and we at some point we're like, well, we skateboard every day together. We should probably play music too. Like whenever younger people like, you know, what's a piece of advice, whatever, and it's like one thing I talk about a lot is just like how important chemistry is and surrounding yourself with the right people.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like it doesn't matter what job you're doing, but like especially doing what we do, can be so much ego involved, and people get so precious about something they create. I mean, you created it, if we're gonna be precious about it. But like, dude, I'm like the luckiest guy in the world because like our chemistry, for whatever fucked up reason, just works. You know, we are all so different, and we have just different, like, we're just very different, but together it only works with us 4. There can't be a 5th. There can't be, it just can't, you know? And I think that's something that we kind of lucked into, but it is so critical that, like, that's the thing I tell bands is like, dude, if someone's not pulling their weight, if someone just has like too much ego, if someone doesn't want to work, or for a myriad of reasons, like, stop that now and find the right people.
Where we came from, a smaller city, you know, a major city, but a city that's not known for a music scene, right? Like, there's a double-edged sword of that. Like, one, it was harder to break out of St. Louis, you know, than any other major city. Like, pick, you know, even Chicago, 5 hours north, right? Harder to be in a band in St. Louis. But because of that, we had to gravitate towards, like, who, you know, friends that would be able to get together, stay together, and work hard. And, you know, I have friends that grew up here in LA in this huge music scene where it seems like a lot of times, the majority of the time, it's like, what's the best combination of musicians that are, you know, the best at their specific role, almost like job interview style at some point, you know? And I feel like, you know, that works. You can create great things, but without a foundation of like friends first and just making it work because you want to achieve something together, it becomes too much like a business. Again, the other side is we're terrible fucking business people. But yeah, I think it's the reason why we're still here.
That's more important than being the best musicians. We're all the best musicians ever, obviously.
We
Pod
happen
of
to
all
get
time.
along too.
But no, it was all about friendship first.
From up here, the city lights burn like 1,000 miles of fire, and I'm here to sing this anthem of our dying day.
So Dan, 30 years into screaming and singing your heart out, how do you do it on The Voice, man? How do you, all this time
Want me
later,
to
still
demonstrate?
pull it off? Yeah. No, save it for tomorrow's show. But what have you learned over the years about taking care of yourself? Because you got to do this every night.
Yeah, I'm a better singer now than I ever have been in my life, and that's just learning. It's just learning how your throat works and how stuff. A lot of experience, obviously. I don't do a whole lot of things right. I have a warm up that I do. It's a pretty easy warm up, and it's not anything crazy. I drink Jameson before every show, and I just kind of
Do your thing.
It's like people are all like, you need room temperature water. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Just give me something to drink. It's like, whatever. So yeah, I think I just have a naturally pretty strong voice, luckily, and I don't have that many issues. I mean, it has better days and worse days. And if I'm like too hungover or go too hard screaming all night the night before, it's
You
like,
can feel it.
yeah, I can definitely tell if my voice is going to be good or bad before the set. But yeah.
But you have a superpower, like, with sleep. Like, dude, that's your saving
sleeper,
grace.
yeah.
Can you
Like-
sleep easily? Like, can you fall asleep quickly?
Not necessarily quickly, but I'll sleep forever once I'm asleep. Yeah.
Nice.
Like,
and
this
I
dude,
purposely do that because that's the best thing to heal my voice. Yeah.
that sleep is fucking everything. Like, not just your voice, but like everything. You know,
Body, yeah. you just
everything,
need that.
dude.
Yeah, on the road, I'll get up around like 2 or 3 p.m. every day. It's like, because we play at 10 every night.
Yeah,
It's
you're
like,
like at the opposite schedule of
like-
the rest of the world, kind of.
yeah.
When you're,
So
when
that's
you're playing
my
shows.
crucial way to keep it healthy and keep it going.
Dude, also, I think you take for granted, because you are so good, you take for granted how much you know and understand about your voice and what works and how to use it, where a lot of people never get to that point where they understand how to use their voice right.
Yeah.
And that combined with a little bit of training, and you've been figuring this out since you were a little kid with a bowl cut, like, so
Yeah,
it's
I've been singing since I was a little kid. It's
Yeah.
like,
Bring the bowl cut back, please.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm not scared.
There's a place off Ocean Avenue where I used to sit and talk with you.
Being friends with Yellow Card, you mentioned how there was like this kind of rivalry almost thing between you guys. Did any of it start because you both had an Avenue release that came out? They had Ocean Avenue. You had Page that came out the same year. Did that?
Yeah, it
have
was like
anything to do
within a
with it?
month of each other. I'm pretty
Was
sure.
it that close too?
It was pretty close. We were both on 2003 Warped Tour. Mm-hmm. And right the year it was before either of our records came out. They were both like being promoted, but they weren't out yet.
Yeah.
And it was kind of fun at that point. It's like, oh, cool, we have Avenue. It was totally coincidence that we both had Avenue records. But and then Sean would do backflips every day from Yellow Card, and then Ryan and Phil, our old guitar player, they would do backflips every day. So it was like the backflip competition every day, and it was a friendly competition for a while. But then
it was
I don't know.
completely unspoken. We never.
And then it's just like, it was like, it turned into like, maybe they don't like us. Maybe what the fuck, And there was like years where we just didn't know if we liked each other. And
Was that was the first year of Warped Tour you guys did? Was 03?
Yeah.
Was that the first year?
Well, we did,
Officially.
yeah, that
Oh,
was the
nice.
official one.
My first one attending was 05, so not too far behind.
We did a few weeks on that one too.
But did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm trying to remember if I would have seen you guys. If you're up in
It was
Marysville.
it was East Coast. We did
Oh, it was
East Coast stuff.
Okay.
We did 3, 4, 5, 2008, 13.
How the do you guys remember that?
Right off the
And
bat.
4, 5, 8. That's easy.
Yeah, and
But
then
the
we
others
did-
I don't
we
remember
did a
beyond.
couple weeks on 2013. And then we did like the farewell one, the one show on the last year.
What's the year where we, Dana? This is proof that we're terrible businessmen.
2008.
2008. We made
That was amazing.
2008. No press. We said we're not doing any press. We're not doing anything. All we're
didn't
gonna
do
do.
signings.
Look at them now.
We didn't do signings.
We're not leaving our bus basically,
put-
other
we
than to
put-
go to stage.
Well, we
That
had a
was it.
slide out.
Oh,
a
we did?
shower.
Oh my God, you guys were traveling. You could poop on the bus?
We could poop
Yeah.
on the bus.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
So we would play our 29 minutes, and then the rest of the day was setting up the after party.
We'd wait till the sun started to go down.
Oh, so you were
and
still
then-
going out to barbecues every night?
No.
We had our own.
Yeah.
Like we on the Warped Tour superlatives, whatever. We won biggest partiers because we had a rager.
We had
every single night.
fold-out tables.
That's
with,
all we
like,
did on Warped Tour in
home
2008.
speaker system, and we bought like a 2-channel mixer, and we plugged 2 iPods in.
And it was the event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People would go to the barbecue, and they'd be like, "You going to a store? Yours bus?"
This is the pre-party.
Well,
We're
because
going
we
to the main
would
event.
I would like me and Adam and Ryan. Sometimes we would DJ it essentially,
And
we
we
would
got a
just
couple
play-
DJs like Gabe from Cobra Starship would come over and
Nice.
DJ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we would play like rap and hip hop because I was just like I hear distortion and drums and screaming
That's
all day.
that's coming
Everybody
through.
was like, "Ooh, that's fun! I'm
Yeah.
going over there." We did a co-branded one with All Time Low. After a while, it got sponsors and. It was
Yeah,
like,
they-
it's like
yeah,
Red
they-
Bull's going
I
to sponsor
remember
this one
side
tonight.
hustle.
I
on
remember-
Band that came over and
That
was
was
like,
all time low.
Oh yeah,
were
they
like,
came over to ask permission if they could have a party.
Hey guys, we know this is your thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah, pretty
can we
much.
jump
That's
in on
what,
it?
that was the vibe.
We partied like wholesome
It
party.
was more like dance party, and everybody was drinking and partying, but
we're
like,
hugging.
Yeah,
Like, we're
Like it was just like
We
yeah.
definitely spent more time setting up the party than we did on our set.
The night will come, everyone. Her wings of innocence to every word we say.
How's it now hitting Warped Tour? Well, you guys are like part of the legends up there now.
We're like the old dudes now. Like back in the day, it was Pennywise and Bad Religion, and
Yeah.
they were like the old people that we were like scared of. You know?
yeah,
The
2003,
old
we were
people,
like,
they were like 32.
yeah.
That's how young guys feel about you guys now.
I know.
They see you
We're the
walking
least
around,
scary people
it's just,
ever.
But it does feel really cool to know that that's where we are now. I take some pride in that.
Yeah, oh no, absolutely.
I like it.
There's a world where the band flopped. You guys are decades past your music phase and blah, blah, blah. But it turns
Yeah.
out you're lifelong musicians and you've created a band that has stood the test of time.
I take pride in being a scary old guy.
Everybody's scared of Josh.
But how was it to do Warped last year? It's coming up this year as well. The crowds were insane. It
Yeah.
was
Orlando
next-
was-
It was Warped Tour, but
Bro.
on steroids for several years.
Enormous. Yeah, there was probably 20, 30,000 people watching this. I don't know how many people were there. Maybe more than that. It
looks
was
crazy.
Huge crowd. Insane.
30,000, 40,000,
Four-
80,000.
There was 80,000 at the show. Probably maybe not watching it. There was 180,000 people watching us
Yeah.
that day.
Sing it with me, everybody. Sing it louder one time. For you.
And then, are you doing anything with the off and dies?
I don't wanna think about tomorrow. I just wanna get drunk right now. In the morning, I'll hate myself for blacking out.
Which was a fantastic punk band, I
It
think
was,
is the best
It
genre
was
to
so
say
much
it.
fun. It was a great band. It kind of once we got busy again. Now,
Yeah, I had a feeling.
The three of us. It was a 3-piece, just punk band. It was fun. We still hang out and get drunk together, but we talk about playing music. But now we all kind of just put that on the back burner for a
Dan
while.
just
We
told
might
me-
do it again though.
Dan just told me a great new song name that they have on deck that there's not a song written for yet.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
the same thing that happened with Until the Day I Die, right? Wasn't it the song name first?
Yeah.
And then the song came
Which
after?
that rarely happens in Story of the Year. But
So
in
we
the
might
Fuck
have-
Dies, every song title
Oh,
starts
okay, I
with
was
the
going
song
to say,
title.
we might about to have a
We
moment.
just get drunk and we just talk about things, and then I write a song later about it, basically.
Do,
what was
do
the
you
song
want to
name? Or if you
debut
want
it
to
here?
say it.
I'll say our drummer Gabe. We were just drinking the other night. And he goes, "Dude, I got a song title. It's I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy."
That's like a tongue twister.
And
That's
I was
really
like,
good.
I was like, "That's fucking
a
genius,
bottle
dude."
in front of me, frontal lobotomy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's amazing. I think we'll end it on that.
yeah.
Thank you, guys.
I think that's words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom, story of the year. Thank you so much for stopping
you.
in today.
Thank
The brand
you.
new album, A.R.S.O.N. It is out. Everyone can check it out. Keep having a good year. Good luck on all the festival appearances and all the tours you got coming up. Have a good one.